Good morning, students. This is Mr. Johnson, and coming to you via video to talk to you about the scheduling process for the 2019-2020 school year. And it's an exciting time, and this is an important process, so I need you to make sure that you've got your eyes and ears on this video. So you're going to log into your Infinite Campus portal, and the first button you're going to click is where it says Academic Plan here. And the screen's going to come up and it's going to say choose an academic plan. All students have been pushed out to be into the AHS regular diploma for whatever graduating class that you're going to be in. There are other options up here. The one that you maybe want to note is the honors diploma, and that has higher graduation requirements, and we'll talk to you about that some in homeroom and in the auditorium. But for now, let's just click on AHS regular diploma class of 2021. And we're going to leave these two items blank, and we're going to hit next. So you see a whole lot of information here on this screen, and it's organized by grade level. So you see here's grade 9, this column's grade 10, column's grade 11, and finally this column's grade 12. So this is your 4-year plan that we're going to put in place. This student that I have on the screen is currently in the 9th grade, and his or her courses are listed in this column, all of the ones that he's currently enrolled in. And as you know, you can earn 8 credits a school year here at Apollo. So he's enrolled in 8 credits. This column here is going to be what he's going to use to schedule his classes or his course requests for the 1920 school year. So here you see the first item is English, and 4 credits is required in English. You may or may not have a course recommendation here in the English box. Some of your teachers have touched your schedules and made a recommendation for next year. If a course is in there and you like that recommendation, I would encourage you to leave that there. Okay? If not, you're going to refer to your scheduling worksheet that I will show you in just a moment, and your options for sophomore year would be 1200 English 2 or 1202 English 2 honors. Okay, for now I'm going to pick English 2, and it's worth 1 full credit, so I just click on that. Where did I get that information from? Well, you're going to receive a scheduling worksheet that looks like this, and it's organized in the same fashion. We have grade 9 column for core classes, grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12. So this is the front side of the sheet, and it tells you that your 9th grade options are English 1 and English 1 honors. It tells you that you have to take 4 required credits of English, and then it goes down to math and science and social studies. And if you flip this sheet over on the back, you will see all of the electives offered at Apollo. Okay, so it tells you what grade levels are eligible to take each of these courses. For instance, Philosophy of Knowledge, the 9th graders and 10th graders are not eligible to take this course, but the 11th and the 12th graders are. Okay, so I'm going back over to my portal. So I think what's important is that you do the 10th grade column first. So you have to have an English class, because it tells me here I've got to have English every year. Math class, I've got to have math every year. So I've looked at my worksheet, and I know that I'm ready for Algebra 2 honors. I pick that. Go down to my science, same thing. I know that biology is my next step, and so on and so on, okay? So I'm going to come down to the elective part, and this is where you need to spend a majority of your time. And again, you're going to refer to the back side of this worksheet. You're going to do quite a bit of work here in thinking about talking to your parents, talking to your friends, talking to your teachers about what courses you want to be involved in. This is a long drop-down box, so there's lots of options, so you will need to refer to the course on the front. Let's say that you're going to be a student that's going to be in forensics, 3, 4, 4, 5, and I'm going to hit enter, and that comes up as one of my options. Okay, so you have to, in this column, this is really important, you have to come up with 8 right here. You have to come up with 8 right here. I know that it says 6.5, and that's an alert. That's something really we don't need to see, but right here in this point for this student, they have to come up with 8. So also another thing, we're going to leave this non-credit section blank. So you're not going to pay any attention to that. You can just leave that blank. Down here, we do need to spend a little bit of time. alternates or second choice electives are courses that you're going to put down. They're not your first priorities, but in the event that a class doesn't make, or in the event that two classes are offered at the same time, your guidance counselor will come down here and will pick the classes that you have selected down here in your alternate section. And it tells you have to pick 4, and that's accurate, and that's up to 4 credits. So let's say that I pick, let's go film with an ELL focus. So that's 1 credit, and then I need to get up to 4. I need to pick Algebra 3, that's another credit, and so on. I can also move these up and down based on, hello guidance counselor, this is my first choice, and this is my second choice, and this is my third choice. Okay, so you've got to get to 4. All right. So again, you've got to get to 8 right here. Okay, students, here's another feature that we want to point out to you. Up here in this box, if you're not sure what a course is, let's say for instance you saw mythology. Okay, so here's a course description, and it would tell you what mythology is all about, and you can check that on every course that we offer here in our building. Okay, you're using this worksheet. You can type in the course numbers, and it will give you a course description. So we think that that's important. Okay. All right, so once you have 8 right here, we want you to go ahead and consider your junior and senior year as well. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is a 4-year plan that you're developing. We know and understand that you probably don't know exactly what you're going to take, but it's important that you map out what you want to take over the course of 4 years while you're in high school. So we want you to go ahead and select an English, math, science, social studies, and so on, and electives as well. Okay, for your years that you're not entering just yet, in this student's case, he will be a sophomore, so he does not have to put any alternates in his junior and senior year just yet. We'll go back to that again. And I would highlight that your junior and senior year choices are just ideas. You're not locked into those things at this point in time. Okay? After you've done that, and so you have an 8 here, and you have an 8 here, and you have an 8 here, and in the school year that you're entering, you have at least 4 alternates at the bottom down here. You are then ready to save this information. So you click Save. And this is a really smart tool. This tool is telling us, hey, there's a lot of alerts here. You're not making plans to meet graduation requirements at Apollo High School. So I'm going to go ahead in this case and just hit OK just to move on. And the next item that we want you to look at is the academic progress button. So you're going to click academic progress. So what we want you to get to is a place and point where you have all green listed. Okay, this is a new tool that we're using. We're going to walk you through this process in homeroom and in your classes as well. But we want to get to a place where we have all green. So if I would have taken the time to fill this out, you would see all of these that are green when I saved it, and I should not have the alerts. Okay, so you can work back and forth, and so if it tells me, oh, math, senior math, I don't have a senior math, I can go back to my academic plan, and I can hit next here again, and I can go down to math, and I can plug in a senior math. Let's say I'm going to pick Math 101. I'm going to save it. I hit OK for the time being. I can come back to academic progress, and I can see that that should now be green on my senior math. And it is right there. Okay, so you can go back and forth. You'll see a slide here in a minute that has our registration dates and windows of how long you have time to do this and how we're going to support you along the way. Again, we appreciate your time and attention to this. It's really important that you get your class selections right, and then also that you develop a 4-year plan of the courses that you want to take while you're in high school to prepare you for life after high school. Again, thank you, and let us know if you have any questions.